Hey guys, we're back. Gabby's still here.
Hello.
So what's this video about today, Gab?
So we just talked about congenital disabilities. Disabilities that kind of form in the womb or something that happens, an injury at birth. But today we're going to talk about acquired injury. Do you want to tell them a little bit about what acquired injury means, John?
Acquired injury could mean like you could be in a car accident, or as we talked about in the last video, my injury is considered an acquired injury, even though I've had it since birth. Same thing. Uh, Anything really. You can have a heart attack. You can have a stroke. Stroke, especially because you could paralyze your sides. It could compromise your speech, compromise your walking,
Mm-hmm.
compromise just one side or the other. So anything really, like you can get like. Plus, there's so many different kinds of disabilities, not just physically. Which I find funny because people say that if you have glasses, that's a disability because it's a visual impairment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I always think about people back in the day though when they had to go fight in a war or they were a soldier and they didn't even have glasses. It's like they probably couldn't even see.
Right.
I always think about that, but now that we have glasses is an adaptation
Right.
that people use to help them see. So
Hence you see mine, huh?
yep. Yeah, so an acquired injury is something that a person may develop. So it could be a physical disability, could be cognitive, and it's depends on the variety of the cause. So it could be from an accident, such as a TBI, traumatic brain injury, like if you're in a car accident, or you fall and you hit your head, and that could affect, like you said, John, maybe your speech or your ability to walk.
Or you learn the ability to learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, dementia or stroke is considered an acquired injury because it's a disease that progresses that affects you physically over time,
Right.
as well as mentally. Um, so let's talk about the difference between congenital and acquired a little bit. So when you're born, like you said, John, you don't remember a time where you didn't have your disability.
No.
You know,
I really
so
didn't understand it until I got older.
that you even had.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But then once I got older, I started realizing, why can't I do half the stuff the other kids can do?
Really.
Yeah. So then that's when I figured out something wasn't right, and that's when my mom told me.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and dad told me about it and stuff like that.
But mentally, you were like, "This is just me. This is what I do."
Yeah.
Like you never thought.
I never thought. I just looked like a normal kid.
You never thought anything different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I think so. I obviously do not have the same situation that you've had, John. So I don't want to speak for you in any terms. But I think that when you don't know anything different, it's not as drastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But when you acquire something and you've gone your whole life being able to walk or your whole life being able to talk or
Right.
and then all of a sudden, bam, you get hit and you're not able to do things you
Look
used
at
to
my
do.
cousin is a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
He had a massive stroke,
Okay.
and now he's paralyzed on his right side, and now he's completely. He lives with his mom. She takes care of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
So
And he never had anything before.
No, because he was in the army.
Wow.
Yeah. So and he was a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
He was like 400 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that don't help either to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he acquired that, and he had a stroke one day, and now his right side's paralyzed. He can't walk that much. He has to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So it's like he went his whole life not being able to do things, and then all of a sudden, now he isn't able to, and
But
that's kind of where me as a rec therapist it comes in handy a little
Right.
bit. But it's because socially and emotionally, to be able to not be able to do things you once did leads to depression for sure.
yeah, he's depressed, but for him, it helped having me
Okay.
because him and I were always so close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so because he always helped take care of me.
Yeah.
Like if I needed help eating, he would help feed me. I mean, he would do stuff like that, like not no personal care.
Yeah.
just like feeding, push me around if I needed. But yeah, so he kind of understood.
Like he had some experience.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. I mean, who really is? Who really
Yeah,
is?
I don't think anybody really does. But
Yeah.
he was in a coma for 2.5 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So yeah, it's important that I think sometimes we take for granted. I know I do. I take for granted that I can take myself to the store. I can go fishing, and I can do things that I want to do right then and there. And I think some people who are able-bodied, we definitely take that for granted.
even the smaller things like going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Some people just can't. Just I gotta go number two, so I'll hurry up and run to the bathroom. Some of us can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us count on staff or family members or whatever.
Yeah.
And with people that acquire the injuries, and then you gotta start doing that, it just don't click in their heads yet.
Yeah.
They're still not understanding why this is happening.
And it is a huge transition.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you who maybe have had assistance for a long time now and are used to it, these people are probably so used to being so independent, it's upsetting when they can't. They're probably embarrassed or they, you know, feel guilty trying to have somebody help them. You know, they have a sense of pride.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I know I still do, and I'm used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
In some cases, I'm still like.
Yeah.
But then I realize there's nothing I can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, and like we kind of talked about, we kind of talked a little bit more about, you know, stroke and traumatic brain injury, and things like that. But there's other disabilities that can be really gradual over time. You know, I know like ALS or things like that can.
Dementia,
Mm-hmm.
Alzheimer's. I always thought dementia and Alzheimer's was pretty much the same thing.
Okay. So yeah, I'm actually a certified dementia practitioner, and basically, dementia is the umbrella term for severe memory loss.
Yeah.
But Alzheimer's is the disease that causes dementia.
Oh.
So like, you
That
know,
makes sense.
Lou Gehrig's disease or Lewy body's dementia, like they all have dementia, but that's the specific
type.
What's the word? Disease that causes the dementia is Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so memory loss can be from that too, and you know when you think about dementia and memory loss, it not only are you not able to physically do things as time goes on, but you're confused and you forget that you can't do things.
Right.
You know, so.
And that's hard to see as a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Because my grandmother was that way.
Yeah.
You know, she couldn't remember everybody, but she remembered me.
Aw, that's sweet.
But
yeah,
but she would be like, she was like always like, she'd either be with it and talking normally,
mm-hmm.
or not with it and not remembering anybody, or thinking she's 20 again and asking where her man is, her boyfriend at the time.
Yeah. That's difficult too, because sometimes they'll get a moment of clarity where they're like, "Wow, I realize I'm not remembering," and it's emotional, you know, for everyone involved.
Plus, we have people where I live, or used to live, we used to have people that used to live here, but she's no longer with us. But she had dementia.
Okay.
And she always asked, when's my daddy coming to visit?
Aww.
Meanwhile, her dad's been dead for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So we're like, then we had to go around and tell her that, well, daddy's not coming around because he passed away 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, oh yeah, that's right, I remember.
Yeah.
And she's like, thanks for reminding me. I'm like,
yeah.
It's not that we want to remind you.
No. Yeah, it's important too that you kind of like, I know it's hard because you don't always want to reorient the person to the reality. Like somebody at my work that I used to work with, you know, it's like I'm not going to tell them every day that her husband died, and then she gets emotional. Like, it's just gets to a point where maybe just trying to change the subject, like, oh, I don't know where he is. Maybe we'll go look for him. And as you walk, they kind of forget what we're going for.
Yeah.
You know, it just because it's just a lot emotionally.
Or just go along with them because
exactly.
That's what my cousin said. He was with this guy. He used to work in this nursing home / rehab place.
Yeah.
And he said he went into the room one day and the guy was behind the table.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
He was hiding behind the table on the floor, and he was like, "They're gonna bomb us! They're gonna bomb us!" So my cousin just played along. He dove over the table with him,
Mhm.
and he's like, "What do we do now, Sergeant? What do we do now?
Yeah.
Just wait it out."
Yeah.
So the guy was flashing back in his war days,
Mhm.
and my cousin just played along with him.
Yeah, because you don't want someone to be upset and be combative, and then to think that you,
Right.
are against them. So
Right.
it's important to you just kind of go along with them as much as you can. So,
Right.
but yeah, so acquired injuries are difficult. It could just be, you're skydiving and you have a bad landing,
Yeah.
and can't hurt your spine and you can't use your legs. So it just depends on what acquired injury. Car accidents, huge one.
Shootings.
Yeah.
Is another one.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep. So it's a different process where instead of having that disability from birth, it's a huge transition and it changes your life, forever.
Yeah.
So definitely different, but I think it's important to talk about it. And
Unfortunately, mine was an acquired one too, so
yeah, yeah.
I have to deal with it now. I mean, I've dealt with it for 46 years,
Mhm.
and I'm still here. I think. Yeah, I am.
Mentally,
Mentally, I'm here. Mentally,
physically.
I'm not here.
I know. I was gonna say
Physically, I'm here. Mentally, I'm not there somewhere.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
Yeah, I hate Mondays.
But yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, if you guys have any experiences that you're willing to share, maybe with an acquired injury or even a congenital injury, please share. We'd love to hear your stories, and maybe if you were kind of at a low point and dug yourself out of it, or opposite, you just were gung ho and you knew you were determined to live your best life. Anything you have, just share with us.
Or if you're going through it right now, let us know, and then we can help you get through it if you are feeling low. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Gabby.
Of course.
All right. So like, subscribe to the channel, comment on this video and my other videos. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said in the last video, we have 821 subscribers.
Oh yeah.
We need to get to 850. Let's see if we can get to 850 by my birthday, which is in 2 months. So I think we can do it. All right. All right. Love you guys. I'll just talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.